back to my channel. So I am going to do the resin bloom again. I'm going to make 2 of them on this trinket tray. And I also had an idea of using 2 different colors, not just the white to do the petals, but also putting some pigment color into the white and using a second color, which you'll see. I am using JDiction resin, and I am an affiliate. If you are interested in checking JDiction out, go into my description below because I have a direct link to them and a 10% off coupon code. There are other things in the description too, including product info, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Amazon wish list, and my email address if you want to contact me directly, and all kinds of other things. So let me just tell you here, this part where I separated out 1 ounce of resin to make the opaque, semi-opaque white petals with, I should have separated it into 2. I added the Castin craft and the white pigment into there, and what I should have done was had a second cup to put the Castin craft and not any more white pigment, but the orange pigment that you're going to see me add now, because I think it made it a little too opaque, which you will see in the end. Still came out great, but it didn't have all the wispiness because it was too much pigment. So lesson learned, learn from my mistake, and you'll see what I mean when we get to the end. But having said that, the orange is a very pretty color, and I think it enhanced everything. All the colors that I used, I worked with, as you can see, in the red and pink family, except for the Piñata yellow at the end. And I also put a base color on it after about 5 hours, which you will see. And I'll come back then and we'll discuss while that's going on. Okay, after 5 hours, I'm back with 6 more ounces of JDiction resin that I've mixed for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, I'm also going to use this mold for these smaller handles there. I'm going to fill both of them, but I may not use both, and I end up just using one in the end, you will see. And I decided to make the base with copper and coffee colors because I didn't want to go with straight black, and I wanted to keep it more in the earthy tone for spring idea. So as you can see, I use a nice full spoon of the copper, and I do the same with the coffee. And you just have to make sure you mix it really well, because you don't want loose powder stuck in there, pouring out and then floating to the top. So I'm not showing you how long I mixed it, but I'm showing you after how very smooth and beautiful it is after you mix it. That copper is JDiction mica, and this coffee is from Noddway, and it's a color shift. So they're very beautiful, and I just really put the coffee in there because I wanted it to be a little darker, because I want there to be a definite difference between the bloom and the background, so that the colors will pop a little more. So as I said, gotta mix it a long time and make sure that everything's dissolved. So here you go. All I'm going to do is just really pour that on, and it basically spreads itself out and fills it all up. It's beautiful color. And then I use the same color to fill the two little handles there. My thought is to use one or two, and like I said, I just used one. In the center, not so much really as a handle, but a place to hang your rings, things like that, because it is going to be a trinket tray. And right here, I'm just using one of my dotting tools that has the silicone brush on the other end, and then a metal dotting tool on that end there, just to make sure that there were no trap bubbles down in the stems. You always have to be careful with these kinds of molds where there's little parts, that you got to make sure that there's not going to be any trap bubbles when you pop it out. So now it's time to unmold, the favorite part, and still a little bit bendy because I didn't quite wait 24 hours because I was too anxious. And you see the stems are stuck. Well, here's a trick. You take alcohol, and that's just isopropyl alcohol, and you just spray it, just get it into that little opening there. That's all you need. Move it around a little bit, and boom, it's going to pop right out. It's crazy how it works instead of trying to use all your muscle to push it out. So that's a great tip that I learned from Wanda, from Wanda's Blessed Creation. Thank you, Wanda. And it really works great. So now it's the moment of truth, and we are unmolding the tray. And it comes out really well, and it's pretty. It's definitely pretty. You can see what I was talking about, I'm sure, about some of those petals that are more opaque, and that is because I believe there was just too much pigment, like I explained in the beginning. And now I'm just figuring out where to place the handle. And so I'm just using a little ruler so I can get it right in the center, because I am just going to put one in there. And I'm just going to attach it with some UV resin from JDiction, and that's all. Now, sure, I am going to use this myself on my dresser, so I'm not getting crazy with it. But if you wanted, you could just put a thin, clear top coat after you have the handle attached, just for a little more stability. But I didn't really think it needed it. And then here I'm going to just use the gold leafing pen to line it all around, because I just thought that that would just make it look more finished. So I'm really happy with it. Like I said, my biggest problem is the orange paste pigment being a little too heavy. And I kind of wish the blooms had not spread out quite as much as they did, so you could see a little more of the background, but I am happy with it in the end. I think they came out pretty cool. I decided to also, as you see, put the gold on the handle too, just to tie it all together. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did and you haven't subscribed as yet, I hope that you will. I appreciate all of you for sticking with me and being here and watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. And like I said, I hope that if you haven't subscribed as yet, by the end of this video that you will. I appreciate it very much. So some video and pictures of the final piece are coming right up. So there you go. And I think the gold leafing really finishes it off. And I also took a little video, here you go, with some of my stuff on it, just so you can see the size and how it works perfectly as a trinket tray. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll be back again with more acrylic art and resin art and mixed media. Till next time, please stay safe, be kind, and have a great day.